Welcome back, you beautiful humans. Now that you have taken the time to reflect, now that you have taken that intentional time to pull back on the life that you just lived, this is the moment where everything changes. This is the release. And I am not talking about the hype energy that fades by the end of January. I'm talking about aligned momentum, the kind that matches who you want to be, not who you've been performing to be. And if you've done the work of the pullback, this is where we turn all of that awareness into movement that actually feels like your life. Before we aim forward, you need a North Star. And here is where most people get the new year wrong. Most people release the arrow without actually choosing a target. They set the goals because everyone else is. They chase outcomes they think they should want. Then they end up scattered, tired, inconsistent, and living the same year on repeat. We're not doing that here. We are anchoring into something deeper. Okay? So answer this for me. How do you want to feel this year? Pause for a moment and let that land. I'm not asking, what do you want to accomplish? I'm not asking, what do you want to check off of a list? Not what looks responsible, impressive, or socially acceptable. We start with one simple question. How do you want your life to feel? Say it out loud, write it down, type it out. Is it calm? Is it alive? Is it present, capable, grounded, creative, confident, connected, joy-filled, peace-filled? Whatever that is for you, I want you to name it. And that feeling is your North Star. Every single goal you set from here on out should be in service of that feeling, not in conflict with it. All right? I want to know, who are you becoming? Who do you want to be? Not the version of you have been, the one that you are ready to step into and embody. Okay? This is where most goals fall apart. People set them from the identity they are trying to escape instead of the identity they are stepping into. Do you hear the difference there? So I want you to ask yourself honestly, who am I becoming this year? Who do I want to be? Is it a clearer version? More intentional, more spacious, more truthful, less apologetic, more authentic, more aligned in your choices, more present in your actual life? More life living, right? Let yourself slow down here. Don't rush this part. It is so important. This part matters because your goals, hear me on this, your goals do not create your identity. Your identity creates your goals. If you still see yourself as the person who's always burnt out or always overcommits or always is overwhelmed or always abandoning themselves, you will unconsciously design another year that proves that story of yourself true. But when you choose your identity first, everything else will shift because you start asking, what would this version of me choose? What would I say yes to? What would I lovingly say no to? How would my inner world direct my outer actions? Internal versus external. All right? What life do you actually want to be living? And pause here for a minute because I bet you no one has ever really asked you this question. What really matters to you? What is the life you want to be living? The one you daydream about as you drive down the street. Those aren't just daydreams before you get snapped back by reality. That is a version of you that wants to come alive. That is a life you want to be living. That is a life you know you're capable of having. You just don't know how to get there yet. All right? So are your current choices building that life that you want to be living? What kind of life are you trying to design? Not the Pinterest version, not the life you were told you should want, not the one where you have to keep up with everybody else's blueprint. It's exhausting. I'm talking about your life, your days, your energy, your relationships, your work, your well-being, your frequency, right? I want you to close your eyes for a second. If you're driving, please do not close your eyes. But if you're able to, close your eyes for a second, and I want you to picture it. What does a day look like for the version of you that you want to be? What does that day in that life look like? What time do you wake up? How do you speak to yourself when your feet hit the floor? How do you treat your body? How do you handle discomfort and conflict? What do? Do you shut down or do you stay present and grounded? What kind of boundaries do you set with the time and capacity that you have? What do you no longer carry because it's not your job to carry it anymore? What have you put down that used to weigh you down daily? This vision isn't a fantasy. It's not a dream life, guys. This is your blueprint. And if you do not consciously create this blueprint, the world will happily hand you one. And without realizing it, you will end up living by other people's expectations, other people's urgencies, other people's goals, other people's values. And you will find yourself right back in your old patterns, wondering why nothing feels different and nothing has changed. The vision that you just got connected to is your reference point. It is the life you are actively building step by step. Now I want to invite you to the aligned action formula. I'm going to introduce you to this. This is where we get to aim, all right? This is where we turn vision into movement and action, not from hustle, not from chaos, not the January 2nd intensity, the second the intensity burns out by Valentine's Day, which is my birthday, by the way, right? It's not the January intensity that fizzles out. This is coming from intentionality, alignment, and sustainability. And this is the formula that I want you to work with. If you're new here, the formula is new. But if you are not new in my world, you know that there's one formula, one framework that I build everything around. And the first piece is awareness. All right? We already did this piece. You pulled back. You reflected. You saw yourself clearly. You chose your starting point in that pullback. You're not pretending you are somewhere you're not. You're grounded in reality right now because you peeled those layers back. You brought it to your awareness. The second piece is ambition. This is your desire. This is what we just did. It's the life you want to be living. It's the person you want to become. It's that North Star feeling that you chose a little bit ago. It's your chosen identity, the vision of the life that you really, really want, which leads us into the third piece, and that's aligned action. This is where most people try to do too much, and you might not know me yet, but you will. I keep things simple. Life is hard enough. It's crazy enough. You don't need more added to your plate, all right? So this is not 10 steps. This is not you creating a brand new personality, not a 4-hour morning routine that you secretly hate, all right? It's one action that matches your North Star feeling. It's one habit you are willing to practice. One boundary you are ready to finally hold for yourself. One shift in how you show up for you. Okay? So I want you to ask yourself, what is the one action my future self would take this week? Not someday, this week. One action the future version of me that I want to become would take. Maybe it's going to bed 30 minutes earlier. Maybe it's telling the truth in one conversation you've been avoiding. Maybe it's scheduling time for something that nourishes you and fills you up before you fill your calendar with everybody else's needs. Maybe it's finally turning off that Netflix series after the 10th, just one more, right? I can say that from experience too. Whatever it is, it should feel aligned with the identity that you are stepping into and supportive of the way you want to live your life and the way that you want to feel. That is your release. That is the arrow leaving your hand. All right? This year is different because you are different. And this is not a new year, new me speech. Hear me on this. That is not what I'm here for. This is an identity shift, all right? A capacity shift, a decision to stop living your life on autopilot and start living it with intention. You do not need to overhaul your entire life. You do not need to fix everything by next Tuesday. You need to choose just one next aligned step, and then the next, and then the next. And when you do that, the release stops being a once a year burst of effort and becomes a flow and a rhythm, a way of moving and pivoting through your life, a way of honoring who you are becoming on purpose instead of by default. And that's powerful because you are taking back control. You're not waiting for the year to change you. You are changing how you show up in the year. And that is powerful. So let us choose to release forward together. Before you close this video, I want you to answer these 3 questions, either out loud or on a piece of paper, wherever it feels right to you. How do I want to feel this year? Who do I want to be? And what is one aligned action I can take this week that will support that identity? Write it down, claim it, breathe it into your freaking soul because you just reflected. You pulled back. You aimed. Now you got to release, right? This is the year that you choose to live on purpose, not on pressure. And if you want support walking this out in real time, make sure you subscribe to this channel. Stay connected here because we're going to be doing this work together throughout the entire year. I'm not going anywhere, all right? I'll see you on the next video.